Hi everybody, welcome to the stream, welcome. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. This is Marlon here, and this is actually the Thanksgiving Day National Weather Discussion. Today is Thursday, November 27th, 2025, for those of you who are outside the United States. We do celebrate Thanksgiving as a day to be thankful for a lot of things in our lives and such. But in this stream, we are not going to discuss politics or anything that has to do with the origins of Thanksgiving or whatsoever. This is a stream for the weather. If you guys haven't noticed, those of you who are new here, this is why it's called the National Weather Discussion, not the National Political Discussion. So right now, let's just talk about the weather real quick. Okay. Now, we got 4 active weather alerts, but there are only 4 special weather statements. But there's nothing. There's nothing that's listed though. So now let's take a look at the synoptic picture. It looks like as though much of the country is clear from what I can see right now, folks. Okay, so let's see what we got. We do have an all-cloud front just located to the northeast of Maine, stretching from the Canadian Maritimes all the way to the west, to the border between Quebec and Ontario. And we do have a cold front that's offshore, but starting from Halifax, Nova Scotia, swinging down offshore from the U.S., but then goes through the central part of Florida, like right around the I-5 corridor, into the Gulf and into the northeastern part of Mexico. We have areas of high pressure at the surface throughout much of the central third of the country, but we'll talk more about the action that's going on throughout certain parts of the country in just a few minutes. More areas of high pressure in the Great Basin place areas, as you can see, but there is a stationary front just located right along the front range of the Rockies in Colorado and New Mexico, and another one just located from Kansas all the way towards Montana, and then up into Canada, paralleling the Canadian throughout the portions of the Rockies. We do have an area of low pressure located on the leeward side of the Cascades, an area of high pressure located in Northern California, areas of low pressure in Southern California and the lower Colorado Valley. There's an area of high pressure located in northeastern Montana, and we do have another area of high pressure just offshore from California. But we do have an area of low pressure just offshore, and it's powerful. And really notice that there is an all-cloud front, then splits into 2, becoming a warm front heading towards Washington State, and then offshore there's a cold front, and they're all moving in towards the Pacific Northwest, giving way to some storms that are about to be on the way or have already been. That's happening right now as we speak, folks. Okay, let's take a look throughout. Let's just zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so in the past 3 hours, we have seen some precipitation in some forms of rain and snow throughout portions of the Northeast. The I-95 corridors, you can see they're getting some warm rains right now from places like Washington, Richmond, Philly, Baltimore. But New York's going to get something in just a matter of a couple minutes. As you can see, we do see plenty of cold air and as well as snow right behind a line of rain that's moving into those metropolis parts of the country, of the Northeast, I should say. From New York to Boston's quite clear, as you can see. Albany's going to get some rain or snow depending on the temperature profile. In the Adirondacks, all the way to western New York, there's plenty of snow all the way to Pittsburgh, and we go down towards West Virginia. Some places getting some snow showers right now, but in western Virginia, just before West Virginia though, there's a lot of rain in the valleys and snow at the top. In New England, it's quite calm, right along the I-95 corridor, all the way towards the Canadian Maritimes, but it gets worse for those of you who are in the interior side of New England. And we go down south, as you can see, we do have a special weather statement. Now what's going on? Yeah, this has to do with fire danger due to low relative humidity, and this says that it's about 25% or less in terms of relative humidity throughout the next at least 4 hours in the afternoon and going into the early evening hours. The winds will be relatively not too breezy, just breezy enough, folks, in which case it'll move right around between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Winds coming from the northwest, so best not to burn anything, or otherwise someone's gonna get it. Now in Florida, anywhere just south of Jacksonville, there are some spotty, plenty of isolated to scattered thunderstorms throughout the I-4 corridor, but it looks like as though maybe passing just to the south. Throughout the busy parts of Florida, South Florida, looks like as though rain coming from the Everglades. There are the popping ups of thunderstorms moving into the busier parts of South Florida. All that cold fronts making its way towards places like Charlotte Harbor, Punta Gorda, and all the way towards Naples and Marco Island in just a matter of a couple minutes. Carolinas dealing with this rain affecting places just north of Charlotte. You go high up in the Smoky Mountains, there's plenty of snow to go around. Throughout the eastern part of the Carolinas, all is clear, especially on the I-95 corridor. And then all the way down towards Jacksonville, Florida. Georgia and Atlanta looking fine. Tennessee also looking fine just after the snow just passed by. Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas, they're all in the clear. In places like the Ohio Valley, Kentucky's looking clear, but there's plenty of snow showers and some snow throughout places like Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin too. Chicago, just some flurries here and there, but maybe a little bit more snow coming towards the Windy City, but not in a gradual amount though. Hold on a minute, folks. Alright, we're back. Okay, so we do have some lake effect snow with winds coming from the northwest, bringing in plenty of snow in places like Marquette, Sault Ste. Marie, and the northern tip of lower Michigan. Though there are some snow that have turned to rain, but yet a warmer part of the lakes in Lake Huron, they've turned to rain, but then cooled off and froze and turned into snow once it makes its way onshore into the southern tip of Ontario, into the busy parts of the province. That includes Toronto. Then turns back to rain, and then, well, Buffalo right now, just a few snow showers. It's been a thing just about 2 hours ago. Minnesota, there's not much going on, but only to the east in Duluth, they're getting some snow showers. Yeah, it's really cold there. Minneapolis, St. Paul, just barely anything, for that matter. Then you have a special weather statement. Now what's going on? It has nothing to do with thunderstorms, though. Yep, it's lake effect snow, folks. Although lake effect snow usually happens when you get snow coming from the lakes, but you're actually seeing some snow that's not coming from the Great Lakes, but it's coming from the opposite direction of the Great Lakes. Meaning that it's coming from the northwest, not from the southeast. In the Dakotas, just a few clouds and snow showers and flurries throughout parts of the Dakotas, most notably throughout South Dakota, but so far it has tapered off. Down the Missouri River, you got plenty of snow and some rain started to occur throughout parts of Kansas. And we start to see some snow melting as it approaches Kansas City and it crosses into Missouri. Iowa, just a few flurries and snow showers in the south, in some parts of the state. Then we move on to places like the Northern Rockies, where they're dealing with some snow showers throughout much of the state, but just isolated snow showers in some places do have some freezing rain and sleet. Though we do see at the northern tip in the mountainous parts of Idaho that there are some snow showers, some ice, and as well as some rain, depending on the temperature profile, though. And even some parts in central Idaho. And we take a look at Wyoming. There's been some ice in some places, some snow, and as well as a few snow showers. Though I wouldn't consider that much of a widespread event unless you're counting this one in the Pacific Northwest, where you do have a lot of moisture that's moving to the east. And yet you see this blob right here that affected Yakima 3 hours ago and moving into Spokane and Lewiston, Idaho. Well, that's what happens when you get a lot of atmospheric rivers and a lot of moisture from the west coast, from the Pacific, thus delivering a lot of rain on the coasts and valleys and some snow up on the mountains. But right now, all of this widespread wintry precipitation event that's going to move into northern Idaho, and we do see lots of ice moving into Boise, or rather north of Boise. And on the coastal side of the Pacific Northwest, we do see some spotty to isolated to scattered showers and some rain. In places like North Seattle to Olympia and Portland, Astoria, Eugene and Salem, mostly they're in the clear. Medford, 3 hours ago, they've been experiencing some spotty showers there, but all that's dissipated. But definitely be on the lookout, Idaho. Colorado, on the northeastern side, there's plenty of showers and some ice, freezing rain or sleet, depending on the temperature profile at any part of the atmosphere. And throughout the rest of Colorado, it's all clear, as well as for folks in Nevada and Utah, also clear, and the desert southwest states of Arizona and New Mexico, they're also clear. California, they're also in the clear too. I mean, I haven't seen much in the past 3 hours though. Just a few spotty showers in the northern part of California, but just not widespread though, just scattered, spotty. Alright, so now let's switch gears to here. Hold on a minute, folks. Okay. Alright, so here we are at windy.com. We're going to talk about winds, folks. And so what we're dealing with, folks, is that there's a lot of wind in the northeast, mostly coming from the west. In some places they're blowing up to 35 miles an hour in a few places, but places like the lake shores of upstate New York and Pennsylvania, winds are blowing up to 40 miles per hour. Then on the east coast, it's slightly lighter, just up to 25 miles an hour.